did rock up to a family gathering with 2 slabs of cruisers once.
And I've got to say, that was one of the worst funerals that I've ever been a part of.
You need bad decisions to make a party a good party, to make it a memorable party.
Mate, they were calling me small hands. And you know how I get about being called small hands, dude?
Fellas, you gotta wear linen. Like,
What are you talking about? Oh,
All right, mate. I'm live. I've been live, dude.
you've been live for a while.
Let me put this on. Mate, welcome. Welcome back to another episode of The Rogue Guide. Thank you. Thank you for being so patient with this.
It's all we asked for. Just a bit of patience.
Go ahead, mate.
I think we need to pull that figure out. I think that's pretty clear.
Yeah.
We got to give the people what they want.
I know, dude. I know, but you know, I've made my excuses pretty clear, and they've been pretty ever present actually. But this week, huge week coming. Basically, coming up on Thursday or Friday, I settle on the house I'm buying, which is great. Means I'm ready to move in. And then next week, on like Tuesday, I settle on the house I'm selling, which means I have to move out. So there's a few days there where I'll be in between houses. The catch, the mystery is that I'll actually be out of town when that period of time happens. So I leave the day I settle on the new house and come back after my current house has settled as well, which means that I need to basically find a place to put all our stuff before I leave for Brisbane, which is a stress, and which also means that I can't guarantee we're going to be any more consistent over the next 2 weeks, even though I've got 2 weeks of leave as well. It's, bit happening, bit going on.
Mate, it just sounds like you're settling.
Yeah, I am. I mean, if you want to put it in the negative connotation.
Always.
Settling, very relevant though, but we'll postpone that for a bit later in the episode. Dos, what's been happening in your life? Anything good? Anything happy?
Mate, always good going on in Dos's life. That's for sure. I got a new place myself. Just moved in last week. And so it popped up and we moved in like 2 days later, which was good because we were in a bit of a pickle if we didn't. So that was good.
We can remember from the previous episode, it sounded like you were destined for being homeless.
Yeah, there were some lessons learnt. Otherwise I was moving out to a paddock and and I was going to be a free range homeless person.
True. One of the first, a pioneer.
Yeah. But it hasn't always been all good news, to be fair. I did lose a grand final last week by 4 points.
You lost the grand final. I saw the picture and I thought you were just doing a thirst trap. But you were actually devastated.
I was pretty devo, to be fair, because I bruised my rib as well. And it was one of those, you know when you get winded and the air just doesn't come back in and you're sitting there on the ground and you're like, this is it, this is how I die. What period of time?
What do you mean? Like, over what period of time does the air not come back in? Are we talking like seconds, minutes, or like hours?
It took me about, I was watching the footage today actually, and I think it took me about 45 seconds to get going again.
Oh no, that sounds pretty reasonable.
Yeah, it's a long 45 seconds though. I'll tell you. Yeah. I'll tell you that much.
Am I gonna die? How am I gonna hold my breath?
Yeah. So yeah, that wasn't ideal. And now every time I go to bed, I am reminded as to losing a grand final, and because my body doesn't work right now. That's all right.
Have you won a grand final? Have you managed to snag a sneaky granny? Because I know you've been in a few.
Yeah, only juniors. I've been in a few seniors recently, and I've lost both of them by under a goal. So, yeah, it stings. That one stings a lot because I played like shit.
What you need to do, mate, you need to look at this as a business opportunity. Find someone from the other team, ask them to come on the pod. Road guide to winning a seniors grand final. I reckon you could benefit greatly from that, and I'm sure that person would much oblige.
Nah, I will not resort to that. I will not be a listener. But I did perk things up though. I went to the snow, just got back from the snow yesterday, and that was sick. That was good fun. Really good powder. I love spring snow. It's we had a few nudie runs.
A few nudie runs.
Yeah.
I saw the one, the snakes and ladders related nudie run.
Yeah. So there was that one. There was a few photos that we took out in the snow of a few people's starkers, and then on the night out, a guest of the show, Scott, went home from kick-ons barefoot. Like he just never put his shoes on. He just He just walked home in the
Through the
snow.
snow?
Yeah, through the snow. At what point do you realize you don't have shoes on? Like, I feel like you'd feel it pretty quickly.
Scott strikes me as the type of person to have like hairy hobbit feet though. I feel like he might be genetically predisposed to actually make it through the snow. I'm impressed. That could be the furthest he's walked as well.
Yeah, could be. Could be. It's a Nelson mile, that.
Yeah, it's a Nelson Mile. That's great. No, it looked like a lot of fun. Darcy, another friend of the show, young Dukes, his first trip to the snow. Yeah. Man, we need to do a road guide to getting to the snow because you can't be, well, he must be almost 30, pushing the early 30s, and not having been to the snow. I mean, power to him, but geez, that's a huge gap in your life.
Yeah, you're missing out. You're missing out big time. Big time. But that's what I'm here for, you know? I'm here to bring people to their new experiences, and that's what was the concept of the road guide to begin with.
It is. But sadly, this week, something that you've not experienced, or perhaps you have experienced, and things are going to get really sad and really real really fast. This is the road guide to finding the one. Now, look, I don't want to brag, but I did. Mission completed. Done, dusted, successful in my quest. It's not something that I think few others, 1%, less than 1% of people are happy like me, you know, that find the one. A lot of people join DOS in the 99% as being just chasers for their whole life. Without being too mean, I did get proposed.
Yes,
I did get engaged.
You definitely
last week
got proposed to.
Yeah.
You can admit it.
No. I got engaged to my lovely fiancée, Danielle. It was really sweet. It was on our anniversary of us being in a relationship. 1 year, fairly fast engagement. A few comments being made, but no, it's, you know, when you know, and went out, called up a friend in Longreach who has a water sports club and a jetty and a pontoon. Borrowed that. Called up our friends who do like event hire and have barrels and benches and stuff. Got them to throw some of that stuff down with some lights on the pontoon. It took her out, got down on one knee, made a really sweet speech that we both completely forget about, actually. We were both pretty nervous. Yeah. Sealed the deal. She said yes, and it was, it's been really nice, actually. A lot of people I haven't spoken to in years have really sort of come out in droves and passed on some nice words, at least on Facebook, which is actually a lot more effort than they normally make, because all those people, imagine if they were rogers, we'd be millionaires by now. But no, they'll keep supporting the stuff that that costs me money, but I don't want to be too bitter. Yeah. Anyway, it's been really good. Yeah,
actually, I've got 3 things that have just come to mind. So, First thing was just before the show, Pross just muted me just before he was talking to his missus, Danny, and you called her Danny O. Does she call you Danny P? Like, is this some bananas and pajamas type shit?
You know, we are D1 and D2 with the double Ds. We get all the run of that. But yeah, no, there's so many, regrettably. It seems like Daniel, Dan, Danielle could be a bit of a basic common name, because literally everyone is called Daniel or Danielle. We've got in our office like 8 people. 4 of them are some variation of Daniel or Danielle. It's insane. So we've got DK or Danny K. We've got Danny O. We've got DL or Danielle. She just gets the full name. Yeah. And I'm Dan or rarely Pross or Prosser, actually. It hasn't really caught on in Longreach, the Pross name. It's called DP, Dan or whatever. But yeah, Danny Oak is just a force of habit, because otherwise you say in the office, hey, Danny, and you get like, yeah, from everyone. So, So that was point 2, mate. Have you forgotten it already?
I nearly did. Point 2 was that, when you put up your, happily, I'm engaged to my best friend. I was like, whoa, what?
I knew it as well.
This one hurt, man.
I knew it as well, dude. I knew it as well. Well, you know, best friend is a spectrum, right? You know, it's like...
you're on the spectrum. Yeah. Don't worry about
that. No, I don't think you can be... look, Dos, just to get this on the record, mate. I love you to death, mate. You're my best mate. But neither of us were going to get down on one knee anytime soon. No, I'm just kidding. But she is. She's like, I don't get too soft here, but she's amazing. She's really, really. We just get each other really well. It's been really nice. It's been like finding, literally, in a lot of ways, like finding someone that I just totally vibe with, totally get along with. It's been really sweet. It's kind of scary talking about it, actually. Make it sound without sounding too cliche. But yeah, no, she's really smart. She's wicked smart, really funny. She's a bit of an athlete, which is awesome as well. Really competitive. I could go on, but we've got limited daylight hours. But love her.
Yeah, no, I love it. It sounds like you're talking a different language to me, though. I don't understand any of that. But the third point was I actually got Facebook engaged before you. I don't know if you remember correctly, but I think it was about 7 years ago now. I did a photo shoot, and I was a groom, and then we had this model that was my bride. And when the photos came out, I was like, stuff it. I'm going to put this on Facebook and just pretend I got engaged to this chick. And all of a sudden it was like, I had like 150 replies. Just people congratulating me. And like you said, people that I haven't spoken to in years.
Congratulations.
Genuine. And I was just like, oh, wow.
They come out of the woodworks as well. I bet you were seeing names of people like, oh my God, like that person, they're still sticking around, they're still liking, commenting, whatever. It is pretty mind-blowing. That was a great stitch up though. And do you feel like that photo shoot, has your style changed much? Do you reckon you could just rinse, repeat for your actual wedding? Should that day ever come?
I think I'm going to have to end up putting those photos just on the wall, I reckon. And that's going to be the best bet. And when people come over, like, where's your wife? And I was like, she's out of town. This week.
Business trip. She's an executive. It's huge. You understand.
Yeah, I'm a stay-at-home husband.
Yeah. So Dos, but you're a huge romantic. You're a much bigger romantic than me. You're probably one of the most romantic people I've ever met.
Yeah.
Actually. So this is something that you have really probably strong ideas on. Ideas that aren't really founded in practice or anything like that, but really strong ideas about how it should work and how that person should be. So we've got two perspectives: the dreamer and the person that's living the dream.
The realist.
So let's find out how that's going. With step one, without further ado, my first tip on the road guide to finding the one is not to look. Basically, you're gonna be out there living your life, doing the best job you can for yourself. Ticking all the boxes, and it should sort of be serendipitous. At least that's how it was for me. I don't think you should be necessarily out there questing, looking for the love of your life, because I feel like, and Dos, you'll disagree with me on this, because that's essentially how you've dedicated the last 10, 15 years.
Well, don't go throwing assumptions out there, man. Just finish your step.
That's all I got to say is that, just don't go searching and don't be desperate. The right person, the best possible person. She's come down to sit down and watch this one, actually. So I'm kind of a little bit nervous. But yeah, that person will find you and you'll find them when you're looking after yourself, when you're doing everything right, and when you're probably at your in one of your happiest states. So step one, don't look, don't be searching on every rock.
So if you lost your keys, what would you do?
Wait, you look for them, mate.
Yeah, exactly. If you want to find something, you look for it. It's simple as. If you're not looking, you could smack your head into a low-hanging ceiling.
But mate, you're wrong, because then you would have found the ceiling, because you would have smacked your head on it. That makes no sense whatsoever. Sorry, Doc, but comparing a girl to keys, like, don't treat them like objects, mate.
What do you mean, bro?
We're talking about people here.
Keys are incredible. They open doors for you. They connect you with something that you were restricted to before. I think that's a great, analogy.
Already, before you get into step two, it's already become really clear who is living in this really strange, disturbed fantasy land. But let's hear your step two. Let's hear what advice you've got for people.
Step two, I think you could still agree with step two. And it's simple. You just got to be picky. Obviously, it's the rest of your life. I know it's a long time for some. It'll be a longer time for you than me. There's no doubt about that.
Yes, that's true. That is true. Sad to say. But, yeah.
But I still want to enjoy that with the right person. And I ain't got time for anybody that's going to ruin that. You just need those positive vibes, and you got to make sure that they tick all those boxes. And if they're not 5'6", so then you can't date them. And then if they've got brunette hair, you can't date them. Like you just got to be picky, because you're not going to be happy later on.
List? Have we been through your criteria? Actually, I think that might be good after all the steps. I want to hear what your criteria is for the one, because I think that might be really enlightening in its own sense. As to what you're looking for on this search. I agree though. I agree on the grounds that just because you're out there living your life, not looking, it doesn't mean that the first person that comes up to you and says they're interested in you because you seem to be doing well, that doesn't make them.
Well, isn't that what happened to you in Longridge though?
Oh mate, you know firsthand. I know. Redacted. So step 3 then, and this is an important step. As I said in step 1, you don't go out there looking, but step 3, you need to actually be doing stuff. You actually need to have something going on in your life. If you are just staying at home, being very boring, then you're going to find very boring people. And that might be the one for you. Maybe you're like, wow, this person has nothing going for them, just like me. It's a dream come true. But for most people, I think we like to, be with someone that's got a bit going on, got some really interesting stuff, whether they're the same interests, all the same interests as you, or whether they've got some really, maybe you might meet someone that's like, a rock climber or something. And you're like, well, I mean, I don't really climb rocks, but that sounds like fun. And then suddenly you've got something fun to do together just like that. But, I don't know how many people just look forward to like, oh, let's go back to the house and just sit around. Actually, that sounds so freaking good now that I mention it. That sounds super chill. But yeah, my point is, you do have to put yourself out there because, you just won't find, no one will find you otherwise. That's how it works. No one will find you. And if you're looking for love,
but love, I don't think you're not meant to look, are you?
I spun it at the last second there.
You're trying to save it.
They won't find you. Dos is here with his notepad trying to poke holes in all of my proven methods.
Mate, I'm like every atheist fancy that goes to church.
No. You say that in Mark, but in Luke they said this.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, you're wearing 2 different types of cotton pasta. You're breaking the rules.
I've just realized my step 4 is like the same as my step 2. So I've gone with don't settle. That's my step 4. Step
2, be picky. Step 4, don't settle. That's profound.
Actually, I could do this. So be picky is about sourcing your group of potential candidates. So
the roster, as you would refer to it.
Yeah, the roster. So there could be like 15, 20 people on there. And then out of that, you have your... This is not accurate. I'm just throwing numbers.
Actually, those are big numbers, man. Like, I don't know how many people whittle it down from 15 to 20 options.
Alright, we'll show you that down a little bit smaller. Just for the Rogers. So let's say... Now I'm scared to say any number.
All right, so we'll say 12 to 8 or something.
Yeah,
like
say
that.
You've won 2.
I know you're thinking 8. I'm sure you've got 8 in your mind. 5 to 6 you probably want to say. No, but I'm pretty sure with modern city dating, which is something that you partake in, and I'm sure a lot of Rogers partake in, there seems to be a lot of dating, and you might have a bit of a sheet of candidates, I suppose, that you're trying to figure out what they're all about. But I can't speak to that.
Well, yeah, I'd say in the past, because currently, you've got dating apps, you've got real life scenarios, you've got, like you said, put yourself out there, so environments that you could meet someone, so you meet someone there, and then there's the person you're taking on a date here and there, and it's like they're all in different stages, and it's about sort of that could be your number. You're dating one, I don't want to finish that sentence. That won't go well. But let me just say, over 6 months, say you meet 20 people in that time. Okay, that makes more sense. And out of that, you still you can't settle. So after that 6 months, right, you found the best of the 6 months. And you're like, oh yeah, could this be it? And like, if you feel like it's not going to be it, then don't settle. If there's any doubt in your mind, then don't risk it. Holy shit, I'm like sweating, man. I'm like, did I dig myself a hole there?
Yeah. I mean, I know in the early days, the Rogers pretty much consisted of whoever you were dating at the time. I'm not sure if that's still the case, but you definitely could be losing some people here with this potentially, supposedly romantic topic that we're on.
I am a romantic as well. This is like, not great for me. I thought this episode was going to work out in my favor, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I sort of saw it going this way, but we'll carry on. Because step five's a really, really wise one. And Dos, this is something that you're really passionate about.
Yeah.
It's something I hadn't actually considered because, we all talk about the one, or maybe there's a few ones or whatever it is, but you seem to think there actually is a definitive one.
I think there is. And I think you just got to ignore all the other steps we just did, and it's simple. Like, you're the one, King. It's you. And you got to be.
You'll never find the one.
Yeah,
because you're looking at it.
You're looking at it. You wake up and you look at him every day in the mirror, and that's just how it works. It's that simple.
Wow, that is heartwarming. That is uplifting. We've just been flooded with likes and subscriptions because people are just feeling so great about themselves. That's beautiful. Way to finish there. You really won people back after losing them with the other steps.
Yeah. And I was like, we are in the self-help section of the podcast. So I think that helps. I think we finally have a step that supports that sort of self-help.
Yeah. No, definitely. Well, there you go. There's the road guide to finding the one based off of Doss's listening to the discography of Taylor Swift and my experiences in the real world. So you can choose which path you want to go down. But yeah. We've laid it out for you right there. But we've actually got a return to a segment which has been rusty. It's been left out, into the sun a bit, got a bit moldy, hasn't really gone off the last few, weeks.
The whole season, I'd say.
Season, yeah. What have we got for him this year, this season, Dos?
So I'm a bit nervous. So we scheduled in a man to come on the show, Big Ben, and he hasn't messaged me back since I said come on the show. So there's a chance we call him and he doesn't answer, or he just can't do it.
Oh man, are you just gonna shoot your shot? Give him a call?
Yeah, we're gonna add him into. Oh wait, I can't wait. I can do this. How do I? Here we go. I'm gonna add him in. I doubt he's recording at the same time though.
While we're doing that, I'm just going to riff for a second. It's magpie season in Longreach. I don't know what's it like in Victoria. Do you get magpies in Victoria?
Yeah, we get magpies.
Do they swoop in Victoria? I just flew across. Danny's going inside now. She's heard all she needs to hear and the magpies are out.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting out here. The reason why I'm sitting outside as well, aside from that being something that I actually wanted to do, but not wanting to bother the neighbours, that you can hear the little baby magpies tweeting actually as the mama magpie or dad magpie just brought back food. We've got two doggies here, and I've been petting one this whole time. I'm going to take a risk and try and lift him up. Little buddy Larry over here. Sorry buddy. He's very shy. He's a very shy little doggy. He's cute though, isn't he? Isn't he cute? Get down here, little buddy. And then we got Paul, come here. Paulie. He's playing with this toy. He's going to act all disobedient. Larry's been sitting right by my side this whole time. I don't want him to escape because he's not my dog. So I've been on doggy watch, and that's why I'm doing the pod outdoors. I'm doing a pretty schmick job of buying time here, Dos, but feel free to let me know when you've managed. Actually, you know what? I'll just assume it when I hear the booming voice of the dulcet tones of Big Ben.
Yeah, it's not going well though. I'll tell you that much for free. Yeah.
So what we're going to say is this segment that is having its glorious, illustrious return in this week 5, I think. Week 5, how good's that?
Yeah.
Season 2, which is almost going to take the whole year at this rate. It's not happening, guys. It's not. I brought the dogs in. The dogs were the candidates for the big call this week. Paulie's biggest call, young Paulie the Border Collie. Paulie. Oi, Paulie, come here. I'm going to get him. Get the doggy. Come here, little doggy. Oh, he's good now. Oh, this is a doggy.
Mate, I don't get it. How is people so busy on Sundays?
Mate, I'm on holidays. I didn't even know it was Sunday. So Paul's biggest call, one time, No, it's not really funny because I just think he's cute, and I was going to say cute stuff about him. But
Look, honestly, man,
like,
that's say it. That's what people come to expect from you on the road guide. So,
so Paul's biggest call was we threw the ball for him to fetch. Did he fetch or did he not fetch the ball?
I would say he fetched.
Would you have fetched the ball, or would you? Would you have not fetched it?
Like, if I was Paulie with his crackhead energy, I would say I'd fetch it, but I don't think I would have brought it back.
Do you know what? He kind of brings it back.
What do you mean, kind of? Here we go.
Oh God, jeez. He said crackhead energy, and he just lost the plot.
That's the kind of brought it back is like when someone has a kid and the baby's like quite ugly, and they're like, hey, look how beautiful my baby is. Like they have that parent blind vision. Yeah.
Doss, you're almost segueing into something here. I was saying that how people can get really sick of people talking about their dogs. People can get really, it's too mean. We love procreation, don't we, Doss? We're big.
Oh, I make a habit out of it.
It's Doss's way of, I don't know, there's finding the one joke in there, at least locking someone down. But I'm not afraid. I'm afraid to go there this time. I'm trying to wheel it back after last week. I don't know who anyone watched last week.
I don't think anyone did.
But it was chaos. It was pure chaos. Anyway, so don't go back and listen to that unless you're going to leave 5 stars and whatnot. Yeah. But yeah, there's some things that happen in your life that potentially aren't that interesting to other people, but you still share it and you continue to share it because you just love sharing it so much. But it can wear people down, can't it, Doss?
Oh, 100%. 100%. It's like, something significant to you, and it's fine. I'll get around someone if they do, like your marathon running. I'm sorry, I've segued this back to you, but like you'll post, I ran this marathon. I'm like, hell yeah, get around it. But then if you send me like 6 different running photos in the next 6 days, I'm like, bro, I'm at my limit.
I've given you all I've got.
Yeah, I want to hype you up, but I just, I can't anymore.
Nah. It can, it takes a lot of energy to really get around someone because, you want to gas them up, you want to build them up, but, it's, you can't just keep repeating the performance because then it becomes watered down. It doesn't become genuine. Maybe another example could be you get a new baby. I'm not going to say it because he's going to make mean memes about me. And also, we want to support our young fathers. Shout out to them, doing it. Oh,
who we got here? Oh, Christian. What are you doing?
Christian.
What are you doing right now? Yeah, what are you doing right now, mate? Do you want to be the big call guest? Do you have a secondary recording device? Oh, wait, Big Ben's in. Oh, everybody's popping off. No one else can hear this on the podcast.
I don't know if this is coming through, but we've just had, and we're going to have to cut this probably, but we just had 2 people join the group call. Dos has obviously sent out like a mass message.
I'm desperate.
To find people. And we've had 2 people take some probably, not alluded to bait about what they're actually going to be doing here. But yeah. It's my monthly panicked call from Dos asking me to come on the road guide and fill in the gap.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm not sure how this is all going to be patched together, but the time has come. The return of a segment that has been long left in the dust. It is time for the big call, and it's a special big call because we're calling the biggest person. Welcoming to the show for the second time, is it?
No, it's first time.
Number 1.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
He's just
like
been
the Mandela effect or something.
He's been name dropped a few times.
Right. Well, this is it. A voice to a name. Big Ben, welcome to the show, mate. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Prosser. Thanks, Dos. Love the last minute call up. Makes it fresh and exciting.
Hey! Don't tell him it's last minute.
You've moved your whole schedule around for this for weeks. You've waited especially for this. It's an exclusive spot.
It's a last minute call, but I've been prepared for years. ever since episode 1 where Dos told that story that I think was in direct relation to me. I can't exactly remember what the story was, but Oh no, it was about 20. It was about 18th birthdays. That's right. Absolute disaster that was mine. Anyway.
So there you go. We'll go back and listen to that one to hear the first reference to Big Ben on the road guide. Big Ben, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself firstly? It's a classic question that stumps people more than any other.
Yeah.
Fresh out of every university course ever, but who are you? What do you do? And how do you know the boys?
Sure. So I think just to answer everyone's question, the Big Ben comes from the fact that I'm 6'9". So
You're not. You're 6'11". We looked it up.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're playing it.
No,
Yeah,
someone
dude.
else made up this rumor, and then I went home and measured myself.
What are you
and had
centimeter wise?
203. I think that's
Oof.
what it was.
That's
Did
you're
you need-
no.
do you
You're
need
not 9
two measuring
centimeters
tapes to measure
taller than me,
that
A couple of yardsticks were bought out, that's for sure.
dude. If you're 203 centimeters, you're 6'6", bro. You're
Well,
a
I'm gonna
lot
have to
taller than
measure
that. So you're just taller than me. I get that height.
No. Just taller than Hayden is going to satisfy the listeners. Drastically taller than Hayden.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So well, we're going to have to come back and I'll have to confirm that in a later episode. But yes, I'm
So
six.
who doesn't know their own height?
Oh,
How do you go through life not knowing how tall you are? When
Because
you're
people
called
question
Big
it
Ben.
like this, what's happening right now? You can't be 6'9". Fuck that, you're not. And then you tell someone I'm 6'11". No, you're 6'4". We're going with 6'9" for today.
Okay.
And I grew up in Ballarat, cold, freezing town at the bottom of Victoria, and moved to Geelong. But prior to that, I actually met Dos at one of our mates' parties. Shout out to Kush, she's a lovely woman.
listener as well.
Big listener. Oh yeah.
And she used to throw these wild parties, real big ones too, a couple hundred people. And I think Dos and I met over one of those stick parties because she was out on the big property. And then obviously both of us moved to Geelong for uni, and just kicked off things through there and been friends for what is it now, Dos? Like almost 10 years.
Over 10 years. Oh, it is 10 years. Oh wow, there you go. Bang on 10 years.
I was my 10-year high school
Yeah.
reunion this year, and I was like,
Just
oh shit, it's been 10 years.
Huge.
Yeah, not. Oof.
Oh man, my high school reunion got postponed twice, and it's just never going to happen now, which is kind of sad.
I'm with you, Price.
Does that
It'll
make
be
me a
interesting to
weirdo,
see
or-
some of the character evolutions that have happened, and
Yeah. Dos was desperately unpopular at high school, so he doesn't want to see him again.
I was bullied. I'll admit it.
I don't want to see those guys ever again.
Yeah.
They're mean to
Dude,
me.
me to me.
No,
I
not
could
much has
surf at Noosa, and they were just not okay with it.
Yeah. Anyway, we've got the biggest man on for what could be the biggest call, at least by actual gross size. Maybe not the biggest situation, but prove me wrong, Ben. What's a time in your life where you've had to make a big call, and you get to that moment where you made that big call, and we'll let you know what we would have done, and then you can let us know what you actually did.
a moment where I've had to make a big call. Far out.
Were you aware that this was?
No, I was not as prepared as I earlier alluded to, but I think
Oh no!
given
This is
given
falling
the grand
apart.
given the grand final is coming up, there is one thing that comes to mind and a big call that I had to make. And that big call was whether or not I'd do a streak through the middle of my mate's basically street that had a lot of outdoor house parties going on for the grand final. That was a big call that had to be made. So,
Wait, so what was the context? Why did you find yourself pondering, like, why I should probably do this? I should probably go for this streak.
So I said to a mate that was sitting next to me very quietly, nothing in the comment. I was like, you know what? If it's a draw at 3/4 time, I don't know what I think I said, like, I'll get dick out. I said something stupid, like very
Classy.
only class coming from the big fella. So, very, very throwaway comment. And he's taken that and at the top of his voice gone, Ben just said he's going to streak if it's a draw at 3/4 time. I was like, that is not what I said.
Love it.
But it got to the point where, and I can't remember who was playing, but it was getting very close. Very, very close.
Yeah, West Coast Collingwood.
And I was in my mind going, I don't have to honour this bet. I really don't. I could just sit back quietly and let this fade off.
Lose the social credit maybe. People might be like, oh, he's not really worth his word, but at least you didn't streak.
Well, that's the thing. Like, Ben didn't have a high social
exactly right.
respect as well. So
Wow. Okay.
And again, not much has changed. But but it was that. It was like, all right, if I do this, I risk showing myself to some of the neighbours and potentially the neighbours' kids, which is not great. But at the same time,
it's a felony actually.
So narrowly avoided prison time. But if I don't do it, then I will be an outcast for the rest of my days. So obviously, knowing which I prefer, I chose to get naked and risk going.
Whoa! You gotta let us say what we want to do.
Well, look, I probably assumed it was going this way in the first place. What I'm curious
It was
about.
cold.
What are the rules of engagement for a streak? Can you cup, or do you have to just throw your hands up and share it to the world? Because I mean, hands are almost as good as clothes sometimes.
I think it's up to the discretion of the streaker, to be honest. Like, I think you've got to take the situation in at times.
I think that's fair. If you're the one that takes off all your clothes, then you are allowed to control what is revealed. Obviously, your hands aren't. Your hands can only cover so much. So, I don't mind. I don't mind it. I think, like I said earlier in the episode, we had a roommate. One of the boys streak around the snow yesterday. He went with. So he went with just a sock on his area of expertise. I was like, because it's the snow, like. I don't really want to see it when it's that cold anyway. Like that's
you probably wouldn't, mate.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, the sock was just taped to his bare skin.
All right. Well, good to know. I'm curious in that situation. I mean, the kids thing. That's where I kind of actually I'm drawing somewhat of a line here because that could really come back to haunt you, I reckon.
It could have. Yep.
Dos,
it was not known going into it.
I'm gonna defer to you on this one, Dos. Not knowing that there'd be kids, that does change things. You probably would you'd have a dip because you want to be able to hold someone to that same standard if they made that big call, that suggestion that they'd do that, and if they didn't do it, then you'd be able to hold that over them. Dos, what would you do in that situation? I'm curious.
Me? I'd respect the call for sure.
A draw at 3/4 time. That's a pretty low odds.
Very low odds. And I believe it came down to a shot after the siren as well. So I think that sort of hype and that sort of moment, you just got to enjoy the moment. Yeah.
Actually, I can feel the energy of that moment. You'd just be like, whatever. You'd have to go and do it. So I'm curious then. You get outside then, Dos, and you see that there's children on the street. Then what do you do?
It's just nature. It's just all natural. There's nothing.
Redacted. This is all redacted.
What do you mean? No, still protect yourself. But you got to do the run. You're already naked. You're already outside. You got to go it.
I'm curious, Big Ben. I got to admit, I'd probably get out there and I'd see that and be like, well, this is not the environment for it. To be honest with you, I would be that wet blanket at that stage of the run. Ben, what did you do in that situation?
So I think the audience could probably figure out that I went for it at this point. But I think it's important to note here that as soon as prior to the run beginning, I recognised that there was people out on the street and there was a full cup the length of the run. So, you know, I think despite how well, it was really quite easy. There's not much to cup there to begin with, but the cup was on the whole time. So if ever it came to a legal battle, you know, I've got
You weighed up your legal options. Called your lawyer that's on retainer and just said, "Hey, I'm about to do this." You're like, "You're all clear, mate. Cup it and run. We won't hold up in court."
Well, we had a lawyer there, and I said to him, "I'm like, what do you think?" He goes, "You'll be fine. Just don't ask me to represent you."
Brilliant,
Yeah.
brilliant.
But credit-
Did your team win that grand final or?
No, Collingwood lost.
Yeah, they lost. But credit to Ben. From that year on, the grand final party, which is like a traditional thing that between our friend group, has become someone always streaks now. So like for one reason throughout the day, it has become a legacy. And like if that grand final party is at a pub, we've had people streak around the pub. We've had people streak down the street. I did it one year, I'll admit, because I was moving to Europe. So I was like, well, I'll take the grenade this year. Yeah, so I think that's...
Did you just say, I'm just going to go and do it, guys, catch us later?
I think
or
so.
Did you actually lose a bet?
I can't remember. I was just like, well, you know, this is the last time you guys will see me. I might as well make sure it's ingrained in your brain.
Speaking of grand finals, what are we doing for the next one, Doss? I haven't been naked in some time.
He's ready. He's ready to go again.
Let's do it. I'll throw out my working with children's check ahead of time.
Ben, thank you so much, Big Ben, for coming on to the pod. Really appreciate it and sharing your big call. And it's the season of streaking, I would say. I've been seeing it on Snapchat and Instagram mostly from Doss. Yep. But still, it definitely is in the air at the moment, especially with footy finals. It's a chance for, entrepreneurs to really put their name out there and get on TV.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Always a pleasure.
Thanks, Ben. Perfect. Well, that was good. It was good to have the big man on.
It was. It was.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I might have to wrap this up pretty quick because I'm meant to be on a date that started 3 minutes ago, and she already said she's there. Oh, that's bad. I tried to delay this.
Before you go, is she the one if she accepts it, or if she accepts it you're late and she waits, or is she the one if she puts her foot down, says, "Hey mate, that's not good enough. I'm out of here." Do you chase her?
I'm not very good with authority. So I don't like being told that I'm wrong, even when it's clear I'm wrong. It's very clear I'm in the wrong here.
Oh my goodness, dude. Oh my goodness. All right, well, look, I'm not going to hold you up. I'm going to let you go. Cheers to the Rogers. Cheers to Apollos on YouTube for saying hey. Jed jumping on, saying hey in the comments. A few other people. I'll get around to you next time. Like, subscribe, 5 stars, all that stuff. Rogers, if you're you're going rogue when you...
When you rogue.
All right. It's a shambles. Sign up. Catch us later.
Catches.